Today we're diving deep into a game that not only revolutionized the gaming landscape, but also captured the hearts of millions. I'm talking about none other than The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Released in 1998, this game isn't just another title on the shelf. It's a pivotal chapter in video game history. The Zelda series had already been turning heads and pushing boundaries before Ocarina of Time. But when this game hit the shelves, it didn't just raise the bar, it catapulted it to new heights. We're going to explore how this game came to be, the challenges and triumphs of its development, and the profound impact it had on both gamers and the industry. From its groundbreaking gameplay mechanics to its enriching story and beyond, this game has left a legacy that developers still aspire to match. So what made it so special? Stick around as we unpack the magic behind The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and the marks it's left on the canvas of gaming history. The development of this game was a monumental task that set new standards in the video game industry. Spearheaded by Nintendo's legendary designer Shigeru Miyamoto, the game began its journey with an ambitious goal: to transition the beloved Zelda series from 2D into a full 3D world. This leap was not just about adding a new dimension visually, but also rethinking and redesigning how players interacted with Zelda's universe. The concept of Ocarina of Time was inspired by a mix of previous Zelda games and other cultural influences. Miyamoto and his team wanted to create a time travel narrative that was both epic in scope and intimate in storytelling. The game drew inspiration from various sources, including Japanese folklore and Western fantasy, meshing them into a story and game world that felt both familiar and fresh. Technologically, the game was a beast at the time. Nintendo opted to develop Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64 due to its powerful processing capabilities, which were necessary to handle the game's 3D graphics and complex mechanics. One of the most significant innovations was the introduction of the Z targeting, a combat system that allowed players to lock onto targets for more dynamic and tactical combat. But more on that later. The music, composed by Koji Kondo, was another cornerstone of Ocarina of Time. Kondo used a wide range of musical motifs to represent different characters, locations, and elements of the story. The ocarina, a central item in the game, was integrated into gameplay and narrative in a way that music itself became a key to unlocking parts of the game world. Developing Ocarina of Time was a massive challenge that involved pushing the limits of the hardware and redefining gaming conventions. The team's dedication to creating a seamless and immersive 3D world was evident in every aspect of the game. From the sprawling landscapes of Hyrule to the intricate designs of the dungeons, every element was crafted with an attention to detail that was what made this game hella dope. So when we dive into the gameplay of Ocarina of Time, it's clear that this title wasn't just another step forward for the series. It was a giant leap for video game design. As mentioned earlier, one of the most groundbreaking features introduced by this game was the Z targeting combat system. This mechanic allowed players to lock onto enemies, making combat more strategic and engaging. It was a game changer for 3D action games, ensuring that battles felt smooth and players remained focused on their targets, a significant enhancement from the more free-form combat of earlier 3D games. Another key innovation was the implementation of time travel through the use of the ocarina, an in-game magical musical instrument. Players could play specific melodies on the ocarina to alter events, solve puzzles, or even change the time of day. This not only added depth to the gameplay, but also integrated the story and mechanics in a way that was seamless and immersive. The game's structure and world design also set a new standard for open world exploration. Ocarina of Time offered a vast open landscape of Hyrule to explore, filled with hidden secrets, diverse environments, and a variety of NPCs with their own stories and contributions to the main quest. The game carefully balanced freedom with guidance, allowing players to explore at their own pace while still guiding them along the main narrative path through subtle cues and clever design. Dungeon design in this game was particularly notable for its complexity and creativity. Each dungeon was uniquely themed, often requiring players to think critically and solve intricate puzzles to progress. The dungeons were not just a series of rooms filled with enemies, they were massive, intricate puzzles themselves, each with its own logic and mechanics that tied into the overarching story of the dungeon's region. The integration of these gameplay elements, Z-targeting, time travel, open-world exploration, and sophisticated dungeon puzzles created a rich, engaging experience that felt both challenging and rewarding. The mechanics of Ocarina of Time were so well executed that they have influenced countless games since, becoming standard elements in many modern adventure and action games. So it seems that this game is not just a hallmark of technical innovation, but also a masterpiece of storytelling and character development within the video game genre. At its core, the plot of Ocarina of Time revolves around Link, a young boy in the land of Hyrule, tasked with stopping the evil Ganondorf from obtaining the Triforce, a powerful artifact that grants the wishes of its holder. The narrative weaves between two timelines, Link's childhood and his teenage years, providing a rich narrative fabric that deepens the story's themes of growth, courage, and destiny. The characters of Ocarina of Time are memorable and distinct, each contributing to the story in meaningful ways. Link, silent yet expressive, serves the connection between the players and this expansive world. Princess Zelda is not just a figure to be rescued. She's integral to the resistance against Ganondorf, displaying wisdom and strategic foresight. Ganondorf himself is a formidable antagonist, driven by ambition and a desire for power, making him a compelling force in the game's narrative. The game also introduces a diverse cast of supporting characters, each bringing their own stories and struggles that enrich the world of Hyrule. Characters like Saria, Link's childhood friend, and Sheik, the mysterious guide, add layers of depth and intrigue to the story, enhancing the player's emotional investment in the world. Themes of time, destiny, and the dual nature of strength, both physical and moral, are explored throughout the game. The use of the ocarina and time travel mechanics not only serves the gameplay but symbolizes the broader narrative arcs about the impact of our choices and the nature of heroism. These themes are woven through the interactions and growth of the characters, not just in the grand moments of the narrative, but also in the quieter, reflective sequences that allow the player to ponder deeper questions. Cultural references and inspiracies are subtly integrated, drawing from various mythologies and folklore, which give the game a timeless quality that resonates with a broad audience. The game's storytelling, enhanced by its interactive nature, invites players not only to witness a story but to live it, making decisions that feel consequential and engaging. So as we consider the story and characters of Ocarina of Time, we see a narrative that's as carefully crafted as its gameplay mechanics. The game achieves a delicate balance between epic adventure and personal journey, between the fate of the world and the growth of a hero. So, upon its release in 1998, this game was met with unprecedented acclaim. Critics praised the game for its innovative gameplay, deep storytelling, and technical achievements, quickly cementing its place as a groundbreaking title in the gaming industry. Ocarina of Time not only received perfect scores from numerous respected gaming publications, but also set a new standard for what an action-adventure game could be. In terms of sales, Ocarina of Time was a commercial juggernaut. It became one of the best-selling games on the Nintendo 64, moving millions of units worldwide and significantly boosting the console's popularity during its lifetime. The game's success demonstrated the strong market demand for well-crafted, immersive experiences, influencing Nintendo's strategies and future game developments. The awards and accolades for Ocarina of Time were numerous. It received multiple Game of the Year honors and continues to feature prominently on lists of greatest games of all time. Its influence was recognized not only by players and critics, but also within the industry, earning it accolades for innovation in game design and narrative. This game didn't just push the boundaries of what a video game could achieve in terms of technology and storytelling, it redefined the expectations for an entire medium. Its influence can be seen in direct impact of subsequent entries in the Zelda series and other franchises. Titles like The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild owe much of their design philosophy and innovative features to the groundwork laid by Ocarina of Time. The game's approach to open-world exploration and intricate puzzle design has been echoed in other major franchises, shaping the development of genres and gameplay mechanics across the industry. Moreover, this game's cultural impact is undeniable. It has cultivated a dedicated fanbase that remains active, engaging with the game through various platforms, creating fan art, music, and even fan fiction. The game has also led to a variety of merchandise and spin-offs, further solidifying its place in popular culture, from action figures and apparel to orchestral concerts featuring the game's music. The legacy of Ocarina of Time continues to be celebrated by new and old fans alike. So as we wrap up our deep dive into this game, it's clear that it isn't just a game. It's a full-blown cultural phenomenon. With its epic story, innovative gameplay, and a legacy that just won't quit. Ocarina of Time is less like a typical video game and more like that one friend who always has to be the center of attention at parties. And they totally deserve it. From changing the game, quite literally, in the video game industry to becoming a yardstick against which all adventure games are measured, Ocarina of Time has shown that it's not just playing in the big leagues, it's running them. Every time a new game boasts about groundbreaking mechanics or immersive storytelling, Ocarina of Time is somewhere in the background, whispering, "You're welcome." So whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer just discovering the rich world of Hyrule, Ocarina of Time continues to offer a masterclass in gaming excellence. It's the gift that keeps on giving, much like the endless debates about whether it's the greatest game of all time. And while the gaming world continues to evolve and grow, one thing remains certain. The legend of Ocarina of Time isn't fading away, it's just leveling up. If you enjoyed exploring the history and making of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, click this video here to see more from the Retro Reload. And as always, thank you for watching.